program offers a lot of things outside the classroom. What Quinn does is he doesn't let you get away with not taking action. You're held responsible to get out there and apply everything that you've learned. So if you're not doing that, you're really wasting your time. Like this is an action-taking course. So all of us have really benefited from it. There isn't a single person who hasn't taken action.
Well, I feel when you read a material out of a book, for me, you're not taking action. You're learning knowledge, but until you use the knowledge, you're not going to learn and succeed. So by coming to the group, he really encourages you to take action, at the same time giving you the knowledge.
You actually have three components. You have mentoring, coaching, and mastermind. So the mentoring is Quentin's mentoring. The coaching is the everyday coaching that you're getting as you're going through your projects. And the mastermind is really cool because it's something that I don't see in other programs, but we always get together once a month and we focus on a topic.
It's based on, I guess, Quentin's knowledge of the business, and he's passing it along to us. It's very in-depth and very educational. We meet once a month, usually on a Saturday morning for about 4 hours here at the Durham Center, and we have coaching and mastermind phone calls every Thursday night.
What can you expect from the mastermind is growth, exponential growth. Quentin organizes it in such a way that it walks you through the process.
Quentin is sharing a lot of his experience over the years that he's accumulated from his successful projects that I guess he's been a part of. And we share all of our own experiences as well at the same time. Anything that each one of us is kind of going through that may be helpful to the group or pertinent to the information that's being shared. So just a big kind of group sharing session.
When it comes to being a landlord, we've had subjects such as finding discounted properties or finding good deals on properties. We've talked about financing, how you deal with getting financing, joint venture partnerships, property management.
I personally have never received this quality of information or this much relevant information that I feel like I can actually use in the everyday running or buying, purchasing of properties.
The best way I can just describe this is you're getting a ton of information that's concise and that's given to you as you need it. And then when you get that information and you don't know what to do with it, you have a lot of people who are like, okay, this is how you use it. And that's the great thing about this program. Just really concise information, a lot of information. You don't have to go searching for it on your own. It's all in one place.
In this group, there's always time to focus on someone's specific situation. And sometimes we have taken and got off track, but we do focus on someone's personal situation with their property for 30 or 40 minutes to iron it out, or a different question or an approach that someone might have. We'll hash it out as a group of 8 plus Quentin to really solve that issue. I'm really new to this game, so I wanted to know where to start ultimately. And one of the big things we started on in the beginning was financing and the financing binder, what we had to go through for the financing and how involved that was. It was really nice to see it laid out in front of us, but that's something we discussed, and there was a few of us that haven't been in the game too long. They really needed that kind of boost to be in the right direction. And then Quentin even put us in touch with a few of his financial guys as well.
That's why, the systems that they teach, or Quentin teaches to everyone, from property management to finding joint venture, and other stuff, or flipping or renovating, it's priceless, right? It's really priceless.
The segment that we did on renovating a property, that was held at Quentin, one of Quentin's properties that he was in the middle of adding a unit to make it a 2-unit dwelling, and that gave us the ability to get hands-on experience that you can go through the process. What is a profitable landlord looking for when they're right in the middle of the renovation process? What does he do to save money? When compared, you could rip out all the kitchen tiles in a kitchen and replace them, or you could use other methods and save yourself a lot of time and money.
So us being able to go out and see some of these properties firsthand and not just learning about them from a book was huge for me. Most of my studying up to this point has been through books, reading, watching online videos, and to be able to go out in the real world and in the areas that I know well and see ongoing projects was absolutely huge for me.
I'm very hands-on. I like to learn things hands-on. Reading from a book is excellent, but when you can actually go in and see and take measurements and understand and look at the size of the place, and then you'll have a much better grasp of how things are going to fit into place. From a book, you don't always learn that stuff.
When we started, obviously, none of us knew each other previously, but by the end of this, something we're hoping to get out of this is to keep this group going, where, and they call it a mastermind group, and that's obviously for a reason, right, where we can all 8 heads together is better than one, and people have referrals that we share, and there is a certain level of trust as we've all kind of come up together and want to see each other succeed, so very helpful.
One of the great things about this program is the small group size. You look at other programs and they have 20 people in a room, and they call that a small program. Well, we're 8 people, so everybody gets an opportunity to speak, and it's not overwhelming when you have to listen. It's a really good size, and plus because it's 8 people, you get to know everyone on an equal and intimate basis.
It's really nice to have a group this size and just work with the few people that are there, because we can really focus on each other's issues and help each other through instead of sort of getting lost in the crowd. You get to really focus in on what areas that you need to work on, and you not only do you have Quentin, but you have all those other people to help you along with it too.
Even though each member might have a different end goal in mind, it's very helpful that we're all moving through it together.
Because we've been together now for 5 months, this group, we've kind of built a trust factor. So you might not have that trust factor if someone you just met or you've only known for a little while. We're talking on the phone regularly as a group, and we're also meeting every Saturday, every month, even in December. So we've built an excellent trust factor, so you can really kind of lean on your friends. I call these guys friends in my group now. But you can lean on and ask questions and really take to heart their answer.
The weekly coaching call that we all take part in as best as we can, as the schedules permit. Very helpful for weekly motivation, sharing successes, problems you may have run into. Yeah, it's just been really helpful for keeping us on our goals, in my opinion. When Quentin can give us weekly tasks, and it really just avoids you straying and kind of getting into that lull that can happen sometimes.
It's basically Quentin's way to make sure that you're progressing towards the goals that you've set out for yourself. For me, it's most valuable because it keeps this business on the forefront. Like, I've got a job outside of this, like most of us all do, but so it's very easy to kind of put the whole property ownership, real estate investing on the back burner. The coaching calls every week bring it to the forefront.
You're hearing what everybody else is doing, and it motivates you. I've done coaching in the past in other areas of my life where it's one-on-one, and it's lonely, and you don't feed off the group dynamic.
For me personally, the local knowledge and relevance to the material, I've been doing a lot of learning about this stuff for years, and a lot of it started with courses from the States and people that are maybe from the west side of Canada, and now this is right in my backyard. Obviously, I live in Ajax, and once I discovered the Durham Real Estate Investors Network that Quentin runs, I realized this is the information I wish I had found sooner.
I think how it's different is it's local. So we're actually learning about the area where we want to invest in. I've read umpteen books and taken other online courses from people from out of town, but the difference is Quentin knows the area, he's an expert. And I think positioning it that way, we're learning that much more because he can give us real examples.
Although this program is in Durham, I'm actually not from Durham, I'm from Brampton, so I drive an hour and a bit to come here. We are focused on creating a system that can be repeated anywhere. A lot of the people that a lot of the other successful investors that we refer to in this group may not be from the Durham region, although most are. There's a few people who are from Niagara and Barrie and that kind of thing. And my intention is to potentially take this back to my region, Peel region. It's a little bit difficult in Peel, but it kind of teaches you how to look at an area, how to assess that area, and how to determine if that's the best investment area for you.
This program, you can take it and apply it to anywhere. Like obviously there's some stuff like the Ontario Landlord Tenant Act that is Ontario focused, but the policies, procedures, you could apply that to any market in Canada, maybe even the world. Just because when you've got your system set up, it's duplicatable.
Originally it started with me and one other gentleman who just wanted to get more familiar with the area, and me having my real estate license, I'd be happy to, you know, I want to see everybody succeed, and I have that abundance mentality I'm trying to adopt, and so I said sure, I'd show them around, and we said why not bring everyone, to see if anybody else wants to join in.
That was really cool, because when we went into the home, he would show us what he would look for in a home. So basically I learned to bring a flashlight. I learned to use my nose to do the smelling of what was in there, whether it was old or musty or yeah, he just went through each place and showed us different rooms and what could be done. It was just amazing.
We went to different cities in the Durham region, and we walked through various different properties, and it actually made me realize that, hey, this property's for me, this type of property, like a bungalow, is for me, and this type of property is not for me, like 5-level backsplit, I can't do anything with that. And you kind of got an impression of immediately what it would cost to renovate that, what you would do, what you wouldn't do, just from spending a day together, walking through these different properties, and it kind of helped me at the end of it focus on what I was looking for.
Had I not done that tour, I wouldn't have realized the opportunities in such undervalued properties. It was very eye-opening.
So Quentin's actually come out to one of my properties before I bought it to help me evaluate it for the deal, and it was really helpful to have him there just to point out some things that maybe I didn't think of and show me some of the fundamental things to look at when you're going to purchase a property for the kind of renovation that I was doing.
We've been to properties that each other has. So you go to a property of one of the people in your group, or conversely, I invite people over to my property and say, come in any time.
Going through the house, I learned, he gave me so many tips, because we had originally had the laundry room in one area, and we basically switched it and put it to another area where it would be less cost again, right? And he gave me other tips like the fire door, moving that, and the pantry. There's this, having him there, I was like, ah.